Hi guys, I'm back in the thinking chair out here again. I got some responses to the video about going alcohol free in 2023, and two people said that they would join me on that. M Chado, EMCHA, I think DDO or maybe DO, and J Rose, no relation, but maybe that's how she found my channel. I don't know. Anyway, both of them said that they would give it a shot, so I think that's pretty cool. It's a very small channel. I think if you take away my mom's bridge club and a couple of guys I throw darts with, I got like 3 viewers, so pretty cool if 2 people said they would join me. And I promised EM, sorry, I don't know if it's a he or she or that's a name or an initials, but M was the first one to sign up, and I said, hey, in your honor, I will, because M also asked, he said, hey, I would be interested in how that fit into your overall health journey, and M said that he or she is having some health issues as well. So, in your honor, and now also in Jay's honor, yeah, that's what this is about. Yeah, about a year ago, actually about 9 months ago, I made some pretty major changes. I'll show you a picture of me from a year ago when I weighed 40 pounds more. I was well, I'll show the picture. Here you go. In that picture, I'm 230 pounds. That was our Christmas card for 2022 or 2021. And now I'm down to 190. Bottom line, I went vegan. A neighbor of mine who had lost some weight gave me a link to a video that Dr. Neil Bernard, I believe. I'll put a link down below. Longtime advocate, medical doctor, actually a psychiatrist. I looked that up the other day. But longtime advocate of a plant-based diet, actually no oils, fats whatsoever. I couldn't follow his diet completely because olive oil and I are good friends. But as far as getting rid of animal fats and all, I was totally on board with. It's something I'd wanted to do for some time. And the results were instantaneous. I mean, I dropped like 20 pounds in a month. Then very quickly thereafter dropped another 10, and then more gradually dropped another 10. So I've dropped 40 pounds. So that's the main thing that's happened over the past 9 months. But how does that relate to the decision to give up alcohol? That's a little bit more complicated. By going vegan, that got me into going down the rabbit hole of reading all the nutrition stuff, because you're concerned about how you getting all the essential things that everybody says you need to get from meat, the omega-3s and the B12s and the protein and all that stuff, so went down that wormhole. And I'll tell you, there's 2 or 3 buzzwords that are out there in the sort of popular health discussion nowadays. Inflammation, your gut biome, and how these things connect to your endocrine system, which is your chemical transmitters and receptors, and the hypothalamus, the pituitary gland, and the adrenal glands make up the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal gland, adrenal complex, and that's really huge. Basically, if you screw up your gut biome, that can have negative effects on your hypothalamic pituitary adrenal, your HPA complex, and that can have all kinds of terrible effects. Well, if you back it up, I wasn't just overweight, and I know like 230 doesn't seem extreme to a lot of people. I can walk out into the Walmart and see plenty of people, plenty of dudes especially, who are 230 pounds. But I was having other things going along with that. I started getting the fat guy diseases. I was pre-diabetic. Might still be. I haven't had a blood panel since any of this has happened. I was on blood pressure meds for the past few years. And then I started having some really weird crap going on, mentally. Mental fog, fatigue, vertigo. And in the midst of all this, I started having panic attacks. And I think a lot of it was related to some of this stuff. And, oh, by the way, one of the medications for the blood pressure, I was on Ramipril. I didn't know what was going on, but I was having an allergic reaction to it, and it caused swelling of the tongue and lips, and it caused my mouth to just dry out, and that caused a bunch of periodontal issues, and I almost lost some teeth. So, I had a crisis point because, all right, I'm walking around, dizzy, fatigued, panicking, teeth hurting, falling out. Also, one of the reasons that I was putting on weight, over the past couple of years is that, I had a series of problems related to my, feet and my knees and just everything that I couldn't run anymore. And running was always the way I kept my weight down. And without being able to run, I tried biking and walking, and running was really the only thing that could make me, drop weight. And I couldn't do that anymore, and the weight was coming up. So anyway, I got all these things going on, and I'm reading all this stuff because I'm happy about the whole vegan thing, and I'm seeing all this stuff about the endocrine system and the mind-body connection and everything. And one more thing. Yeah, for the past decade or so, I've been fighting rosacea. I get these really bad acne flare-ups, which, joke's on me. I didn't really have acne when I was a teenager, but I picked it up in my late 40s. So, and for that, I had been taking a lot of antibiotics, off and on. The flare-up would come, I would take the antibiotics, and the flare-up would go down, and blah, blah, blah. And so I started doing all this reading, and you find out, hey, don't screw with your gut biome, it'll mess with your HPA complex, and you'll have all these problems that sounded a lot like the problems I was having with the fatigue and the all right, well, what can screw up your gut biome? Antibiotics? Alcohol. Two big things, and stress, and all, other things too, but yeah. Also not getting enough fiber, but I had that covered with the plant-based diet. So anyway, yeah, that was the connection I made to. And of course, you got to think that something alcohol, what it does to you. If you're having fatigue and brain fog and things like that, maybe that could have some connection. I watched a video. Of how alcohol affects your brain. I'll put a link down below, and he really talks about how the fact alcohol doesn't just destroy gut biome, it jacks up your hypothalamus, the top part of the HPA complex. So whether you're a moderate or heavier drinker, you're messing with yourself. So that's how I went. That's how the journey led me to the decision to drop alcohol. And I cheated. I didn't start on New Year's Eve, about when I posted the video. I've started actually right after Thanksgiving, so I'm about 40 days in right now. And I gotta say, I've done the dry Januaries previously, and this has been a lot easier than those previous times when I quit for a month or so. Because I think the reason is just the story I'm telling myself in my head that previously it was like I was depriving myself of my beloved beer, and this time, the story in my head has been, man, I am ridding myself of poison. I'm going to get better because I know how I felt better, from dropping weight, from modifying my diet. I know I'm going to feel better when I rid myself of this other poison. And with that story in my head, it's been much, much easier to get through this period of time than it was, previously when I did my dry Januaries. I always have problems like the first week or so with sleep. And I had those same problems this time, but after the first week or so, I've been sleeping much better. I'm probably getting the best sleep I've had in years right now, which is not to say perfect, but better. And the major thing that I've seen, and this is really kind of huge, the thing, going on the plant-based diet helped with my blood pressure. I've been on medication. I got off the Ramipril because of the allergic reaction, but they put me on losartan, which is a similar type of acting drug. But I didn't want to be on those drugs because they have side effects, which can include vertigo and da-da-da. So I really wanted to get off those drugs, and the diet brought my blood pressure down a bit, but about 10 to 12 days ago, I'd have to go back and look at my journal, my blood pressure went. I quit my blood pressure. I'm not going to advise anybody to quit your blood pressure medications without consulting with your doctor. It might be the only thing keeping you alive. Don't do anything based on anything I say. Don't construe me as offering medical advice to anybody. But I quit my blood pressure medicine 12 days ago, and I'm getting great readings. That's the most incredible thing that's happened since I quit drinking, and that's enough for me. I'm done. I'm good. And I am starting to feel better mental clarity since I quit the blood pressure medicine. I didn't really feel that after quitting the alcohol, but after quitting the blood pressure medicine, I'm waking up in the morning and feeling, hey, I feel normal. And so that's how it all ties together, in my mind at least, and that's how I decided to go alcohol free. Thanks for watching. Stay safe in the shop.